We know this is only a game. It's disc golf. It's not the end of the world. But when you're in that moment, this is your world.
Hello and welcome to round 3 of the 2024 Throw Pink Women's Disc Golf Championships presented by Innova Disc Golf. It's moving day, it's cut day, whatever you want to call it. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the Two Hot Geeks.
Honk.
I like to call it just a nice day to be alive. You know?
It was
a really
good
one out there.
It was a lovely day. We started out with like really cool mist.
Very
It was a little
cool.
chilly this morning. So mist on all the water, out of the grass, lots of dew. Sun rays. Eveliina Salonen, speaking of a sun ray.
Oh my. Oh, she's 82% fairway hits. She's 69% circle 2 in regulation, 64% C1X putting, and an absolute beam of sunshine.
So excited to watch her again. Own Scoggins, second place right now, 2 strokes back from Eveliina, 85% fairway hits, 69% of her circle 1X putts dropping. Not as high as we're used to seeing from Own, but we know she can pick up the slack today in these nice calm conditions.
Own 2 strokes back of Eveliina. Kristin is 3 strokes back. She's 83% fairway hit, 64% C2 in regulation, 82% C1X putting, and made a really good push in the back 9 yesterday to stay on lead card.
Super excited to have Rebecca Cox back again, 74% fairway hits, 85% circle 1X putts. Her putting is looking great.
Yeah, and she made that death putt yesterday to stay on lead card on hole 18 from circle 2. So cool.
Death putt, elevated basket, the whole 9 yards. It was sweet. Go watch round 2 if you haven't yet. Here's hole 1, double mando. Log across the middle that you have to get over the top, even though your insides are telling you to keep it nice and low. It's downhill, so easy to blast by the basket. You see a lot of shots putting back from circle 2 in the opposite direction. No wind today to write home about.
Let's check in right off the bat with Valerie Mandujano on chase card. What a pretty shot to start.
So good.
And not bad.
First on the box, from Finland, shooting 10 strokes under par, and your leader, representing Innova Champion Disc, Eveliina Salonen.
Our current women's world champion, Eveliina Salonen.
Who's been leading the tournament the whole time. Very cool. She's going Glow Halo Star AVR 3.
Putter looking great in rounds 1 and 2. She's going to find her way just past the, what do we call it again? That area of trees?
Oh, bushel?
The bushel.
Definitely wrong.
2 strokes back from Los Angeles, California, also representing Innova Champion Disc, Own Scoggins.
James Proctor, I think, is an honorary Finn at this point. Own going Rock 3 to start. Smooth.
Yep, a really nice straight pushing shot.
And from Estonia, representing Latitude 64, Kristin, Tattar.
Kristin struggling a little bit in the front 9 yesterday, but battling back and having a really clean and birdie-filled back 9.
And she always throws this forehand. This is the first one that looks like it might stay in the circle. Not quite.
Yeah, looks like she did a little, was that faster disc?
I think it's the same Lucidex verdict. She's just making sure she hits the gap and gives herself at least a chance.
Latitude 64, Rebecca Cox.
Rebecca with a fusion evidence. Nice and smooth.
Ooh, just over the log, exactly how you have to do it to park this hole.
Just battling your insides.
As we do.
Yeah.
As we get older.
Ooh. Oh, wow. What a run from Kristin. Eveliina was a little shaky to start on the putting green, but ended up converting a lot of nice ones.
Wow.
She's on immediately today.
That's a kind of a scary putt. Big downhill run. It can go way past if you miss. That was dead center.
That's my favorite. If you hit a putt like that to start, you're like, oh, here we go.
We came to play.
Mm-hmm.
It's just me and the chains today, boys.
Boys.
3 birdies on our lead card, and that is how you start out your round on the lead card.
Absolutely. On any card. We've seen 7 down as the hot round each day. Eveliina doing it in much windier conditions. Paige Pierce hitting 7 yesterday. I'm kind of surprised we didn't see more like 5 to 8 unders yesterday. I'm curious if we'll see people really push today.
Yeah, it's similar conditions to yesterday. The wind is 180 in the opposite direction, but it's pretty light.
Mm-hmm. Hole 2, an uphill par 4 at 542 feet. Especially if you didn't get 1, you're thinking, gotta get hole 2. You want to get up past these trees, ideally a little bit more left. Every day we've seen our lead card and feature card ladies end up a little on the right side and dealing with that low ceiling. There's an out of bounds parking lot to the left. There's an OB string line pulled off the fence to the right. You see both backhands and forehands pretty equally depending on kind of where the trees are on your second shot. This one's fine to par, but if you bogey it, you're not feeling super positive about yourself.
Yeah, you want to at least have a look from circle 2.
Mm-hmm.
But that OB is so close to the basket, especially on the right side. And then on the left side, it's close enough that you're worried about your shots hyzering out and finding it. So it is a tough second shot.
Eveliina has been on the right side every day, but she's actually getting past that last tree, so she doesn't have that low ceiling, and it sets up really nicely for a forehand.
Owen showing us what the landing zone that a lot more players are trying to go for, being a little bit more out to the left side so you can hyzer into the green instead of being forced to throw a straight shot through trees.
Rebecca, either a little early or not enough turn or both. Heading towards out of bounds, actually. And that's a pretty rare mistake. I'm not even sure exactly what it looks like over there.
Yeah, she's gonna be taking it from OB and behind that house.
Yeah, it's gonna be really difficult for her to save a par.
Kristin crushes this drive so far.
Yeah, she's out in Eveliina land past that last tree. This is so weird. I've never seen anyone go from here. It must have just been an early release.
Yeah, I don't think she's going.
No, I bet she's just trying to get around the Mando tree.
Yeah.
That's actually really well done. Owen most likely going to the right of that tree that's to the right of the pin. She actually overturns it, and that's heading towards that right side OB. And she will have, I think, even a circle 2 look to save par. That one flipped very hard.
Eveliina threw this shot really nicely yesterday. Again, just pushing dead straight. She's going to be in circle 2 for her birdie look, but that's fine here on hole 2.
Kristin opting for the forehand.
If you've got it, this is definitely the play here.
A little too wide. Dang, if I missed that tree, it looked like the perfect speed and height. That one fan really liked that layup.
I forgot to talk about it. There was an ace on hole 1.
Yeah, there was.
Haley King got it. Very forgettable, honestly.
Yeah, like it's like the shortest, easiest hole in the course, to be honest.
Apparently she hit it dead center in the air, so let's highlight that. Our bad. We're sleeping in the booth on this lazy Saturday afternoon.
It's her second ace of her career on tour since 2021. Her last one was hole 7 at MVP in round 2, 2021. So it's been a hot minute for her.
Nice job, Haley King. Eveliina skying that putt a little bit high and left side. Thankfully not going OB, but with some work left to do for her par.
Good for it.
There were only 6 birdies on hole 2 today. They played a little tough.
It's so fun watching Eveliina putt. She just doesn't look stressed like she used to. Mm-hmm. And we already know she's the best thrower of the disc. If she keeps making her putts,
yeah, you know
who's going to catch her?
When you play disc golf a lot, you can tell when someone's nervous when they step up to the green.
Yeah.
And you could tell she was a little nervous. She looks so on right now.
Mm-hmm. And Eveliina with a 3-stroke lead after Owen takes that bogey. Rebecca honestly doing a good job to just take a single bogey there.
Hole 3, a new tee pad to the right side of the road instead of where we used to play on the left side. You got to get over this OB bubble on the right side and ideally not hyzer into the OB bubble on the left side. Your second shot, you want to be somewhere down in this ditch or ideally on the other side if you can manage it, but it's a tough right finishing shot. A distance forehand is great or a gentle turning backhand with some late flip. Your third shot is a forehand or a backhand turnover into this sloped green. It's the thinnest we've ever seen the rough around that green due to Hurricane Helene. Makes the hole just a little easier from the green side. And I think this tee pad makes it play a little easier as well.
Definitely.
You can bite a lot more off, get way more aggressive without having to worry about going out of bounds.
Eveliina has been throwing this farther every day, I think. She's so close to the ditch. It's amazing.
Yeah, it does bring that right side rough into play, but
boy, is it cool.
it is cool. We love that.
Kristin with a lot of turn here.
Also crushing
Also
this.
huge. Just as even farther, maybe? Almost too far, arguably. Yeah, if you don't remember the old tee, or are new, I suppose, you had to throw more on a pure hyzer, and a lot of women laid up kind of short of this little OB patch. Kind of like what Owen's doing, actually.
Uh-huh.
That's a little bit less aggressive than she has been the last couple days. So yeah, it's fun to just rip one.
That's pretty much the exact landing zone from the old hole 3.
Mm-hmm. And it's still birdieable from there. It's just a bit harder.
Totally. Rebecca calling for it to get down so it doesn't hyzer into that left OB patch, but sadly she's in the tall grass.
You don't think she was flapping for us?
Yeah. Honk, Rebecca. We love you too.
Owen, likely just trying to get down into the ditch a little bit or just to the left of it. She's calling for it to get over. And that's a really solid position.
Yep, really trusting that disc, throwing it right at the Mando tree. Rebecca's set up nicely here.
Ooh, smooth. Yeah, it's well done. I think she'll have that one tree in her way, perhaps, but should be a workable par save. This is Kristin's drive.
Unbelievable.
How far do you think that is? It's got to be 425, 450. Like, it's far.
It's so far. Yeah, really using the downhill to her advantage and just mastering the angle.
Like, I want to say pushing 5, you know? Eveliina getting well across. Very rarely.
Those are the farthest drives I've ever seen on this hole.
And very rarely do you get to just throw a straight approach into this green. Usually you're trying to curve around these trees.
It's crazy because I feel like they were maybe 150 feet past Owen.
Yeah.
Or more.
Oh, yeah. It was nuts.
Owen getting tangled up on that last tree on the left side. She was pretty pinched, so not a bad effort here. So hard to wrap this corner as tight as you need to. Rebecca has a little more space, a little bit of a better angle.
Yeah, she squeaks into the circle. That's nicely done. Kristin from a similar position. Oh, yeah.
That's great.
Picture perfect.
It's very easy to throw a little high or a little too hard here and get a big flare skip down past the basket at the bottom of the hill.
Like, I feel like Eveliina has the best chance of eagling this hole, the way she's throwing.
Yes, she's definitely breaking the hole. But we really like this par 5, so stop it, Eveliina.
Owen, long look for birdie. Unable to really give it a full committed swing, it looked like, with those branches.
A nice comeback putt, even with some more branches in her way. You're fine with a par here, but it is one that you have on your list of you want to at least have a birdie putt on. Rebecca also going to have to settle for par with that OB stroke, but really nice recovery.
Yeah, and a great putt. Eveliina in control here.
We talked about it a little bit yesterday. These first 5 to 7 holes, you really do want to stack up birdies as much as possible because you kind of just have to hang on through the middle stretch and coming down the final stretch. There are places where you can really stack up bogey strokes.
Yeah, and of course there's still birdies at the end. We've seen both actually Rebecca, and Kristin all have really amazing back nines, but it's a lot more pressure.
Yeah,
you definitely want the buffer.
Let's check in on the chase card. Chantel Budinsky just puring this gap, getting a little tree love at the end. Valerie taking the squeaker gap on the right side, which is a viable play. Chantel's still in circle 2, though. And converting.
Nice.
She's so good at putting.
She is. Chantel having a really great event so far. She has a Silver Series win. I'm trying to remember.
It was the one that's in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania.
Pittsburgh Flying Disc Open.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
We got there.
FPO.
Also, great putt from Valerie Mandujano, who hasn't won anything.
Not since, she was, Idlewild last year?
Yeah.
Comeback victory with the ankle injury.
Hole 4, a par 3, 249 feet. We just saw it. It's difficult to get through this tunnel cleanly. If you do, you are stoked. There's the squeaker gap on the right. I kind of found out, I think they put that tree there to block the flex forehand, which honestly is infuriating to me. But, let's just take the tunnel. It's fine. Everybody breathe. No real out of bounds to speak of. This one, if you end up kicking over to the right side and taking a bogey, you are pretty bummed because as long as you get over to the left side, it's a very easy par. Oh, this looks pure. Oh my. Eveliina comes in chain height, actually goes deep. She's closer to the MPO basket. What a shot. Kristin, at least kicking over to the left. She had trouble on this one yesterday.
Oh, no.
Nice.
Going pretty far down the middle gap, catching the last tree, unfortunately, but she is putting. She is definitely within own range. This is Rebecca's.
Oh, no.
Oh, I was going to say her specialty, but she turns it just a little bit.
Hitting that tree is her specialty. Hot take. I'm just kidding. She has scrambled on this hole really well from the right side the last 2 days, and that is an unbelievable shot.
That's such a hard backhand, especially she didn't go patent pending.
Yeah.
She released it.
I know.
At the apex of her arm.
And nose up too, and still got it to turn. Beautiful shot. Kristin with a nice upshot as well. Own from 50. Oh, that looked great. Eveliina coming back at it. Ah, that looked good too. Dang, she liked it.
This hole plays surprisingly hard. Playing a little bit less difficult today than it did yesterday, but only 20% of the field birdieing it. We watched Kristin take a double on this one yesterday. It's strange how these little par threes can sneak up on you at any moment.
And a par frame is real fine here. Couple of really strong bids from Eveliina and Owen.
Chantel climbing up into a tie for second place with that circle 2 putt.
Nice.
Here is our first par 5 of the day. 794 feet as the crow flies, but way longer and more difficult in real life. We consistently have a 2-card backup here because it is so challenging and there's so many OB strokes to be found here on this shot. Ideally, your third shot is the one going across, but we see a lot of competitors, since we do not have a Mando there on the corner, able to work their way all the way around the water and never have to cross if they don't want to.
As the goose flies.
Meandering
oh around the corner. No, the crow flies right at it. The geese kind of just lazily.
They actually walk in a perfect line across the road. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. They don't even fly. They walk slowly right where you're trying to drive.
Mm-hmm.
Evelina crushes a forehand over the ditch.
Past the teeny trees, too. Oh, my gosh. What a ray of sunshine.
Yeah, just outshining the sun.
Oh, Kristin, good power. It seems a little early out of her hand, though.
And,
yeah,
making
bummer.
some spectators dance. We'll see if she's obstructed where it crosses.
Yeah, just a bit early. Owen has been throwing this really well every day past the ditch. I like the width she puts on this one. Get past the tree. Oh, yeah.
And some huge distance.
Mm-hmm.
This, again, played as the most difficult hole of the day. It's always in the top 3.
Rebecca Cox certified forehand woman.
Relying on that stability.
Get over it. Yeah, she's even past the ditch. That's hard to do.
Rebecca even has a little bit of a run up here. It's slightly uphill to begin.
This one, it's so hard to put it close enough to be able to attack on the third. You see this a lot where you end up, whether you decide or your body decides, you end up just going over to the right and then you don't even have a chance of going across.
Yeah, this hole averaged at 1 stroke over par. It's this shot right here that's so important, and where you, like Erika said, your body sometimes takes control and you don't get to choose.
Yeah, Kristin was in a pretty rough spot. She will have to go across to try to save the par. Owen, I think, trying to get close to the water. She typically goes across on her third. Always interesting to see what players choose here. Eveliina laid this up like 150 feet yesterday. This looks the same.
Like, not even trying to get close.
I know. It
She's
seems
just comfortable.
I think her body's not letting her get close. You know?
And she's
like, don't throw it at the water.
And she's lining this up now.
She did it yesterday, too. And she parked it yesterday, remember?
And here she goes again. That's got to flip a little more.
Yeah, spike. Dang.
I think it crossed over there.
Yeah, that's their call. I wish we could just give it to her.
Kristin, not quite pushing so straight to the basket, getting some really great ground play after it lands.
Fantastic. Scary putt, though, for par. Rebecca choosing to go around. This can still be pretty tricky and result in a bogey pretty quickly if you hug the corner too tight. Rebecca.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there's OB all around that patch of trees.
Yeah, she tries to wrap the corner a little too tight.
Yeah, it's out of bounds.
Oh, and that's another bad spot to be out of bounds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's surprised. That one, it's definitely better to push too straight rather than wrap the corner. Owen going for it, even with this bush in her way, going pure hyzer, not fully attacking, just trying to get across.
Uh-oh. Oh my gosh.
I would love to know the combined inches that Owen is inbounds on this hole across the years. I think it's
just as many inches as
16.
most people are out on this hole.
Yeah, that's true.
Rebecca takes her relief back from the basket like you can with your OB stroke. Still, I was going to say leaves it short, but that's great inside the circle.
Still a bit of a tester, but well done.
That's a scary shot.
Very much. I'm just laying up for par. Probably the most difficult hole besides 17 to get in the bullseye. With that water right there.
Yep.
Eveliina did cross up there, obviously, so we're pretty good at our jobs.
Here's Kristin trying to save par with that OB stroke.
Dang. A lot of left side chains.
There was only one birdie today from our lefty in the field, Anniken Sten.
Gosh, Rebecca.
What a putt.
So good on the putting green this weekend.
I can't believe there was only one birdie.
What do you mean?
I know
at it.
I know it's hard, but just one? Everyone's so good.
Look at how close it is to the water.
I know.
I do wish I liked the old pin position that was, maybe 30 feet off the water?
Yeah.
Something like that. This one just feels mean.
It sure does.
And 3 bogeys on the lead card, I think, says a lot about how difficult that hole is.
Quick chase card check-in again with Valerie Mandujano ahead on 6.
Taking kind of the wide line, carrying a lot of OB. I love this play, though, because you get that nice flare skip and gentle fade into the sand.
Chantel also going a little bit wider, hoping for some ground play. And she is also in the sand.
Gently.
Chantel from the dune side.
Chantel 2 down on the round with that birdie. Valerie as well. It's always funny to watch people try to preserve
The sand?
the sand.
Walk flat-footed?
Yeah, because they rake it, then they, write or
look all
paint little
pretty.
designs.
Yeah.
Chantel and Own trailing 3 strokes behind Eveliina. Here it is. OB right side, string line. Comes in quicker than you think. You can kind of see it delineated by those rocks. OB water left, obviously. If you land anywhere OB, there is a drop zone. That's a death putt at the water, 40 feet or so, 45 maybe. And you have to essentially keep re-putting from the drop zone. So it's really risky to run. We saw the wide hyzer skip play. You see more linear plays at it that nestle up as well.
Own with a pure hyzer, kind of low here.
A little. Okay, good,
It's
good,
fine.
good.
Perfect distance control is what I
Yeah.
meant.
For a second, it always looks like it's going too straight towards the OB.
Eveliina skipping
Oh,
a
wow.
little earlier. But
Uh-oh. Yeah.
wow. Yeah, that hit the ground probably a little earlier than she wanted, but it worked.
That looks nice.
Yeah, Kristin kind of challenging those branches just a little bit, a little higher, a little softer landing.
Yeah, I feel like she got robbed of a little bit of ground play, but she has a putt at it.
Rebecca
Ooh.
going super high, kind of spikier shot.
I like it. It doesn't work. I don't like it.
Yeah, bad.
Oh, a little forehand, huh?
Oh, oh, I thought I was going to ring it up.
Me too. Sweet shot. Kristin for birdie. Right about circle's edge.
Nice. That's a scary putt right there.
The classic Kristin bounce back.
Mm-hmm. This played is the second easiest hole of the day. Over half the field birdieing. It does feel like a must get.
Look at this.
Oh, and looking for buried treasure.
Think she found some loose change in there? I want her to sign her name in the sand right there. Eveliina for a birdie. Ooh.
Both of those were low left. Both grabbed.
Three birdies on this hole. Very nicely done.
Yep, this is one of only 3 holes that averaged under par today.
Again, man,
Uh-huh.
that's been like every day. Only a few every day under
A little
par.
unsurprising here for the FPO course at Winthrop.
Yep.
Yep. The bamboo hole, hole 7, 284, but a very scary 284. You got to get through this gap to get to the basket, but the main thing you want to make sure is not to err high or right or left, hyzering out and missing the bamboo wall because they are mandos on both sides. A lot of people will just kind of chip up to the gap and try to make a circle 2 putt. If you do miss, there's very challenging pinched off drop zones that give you long circle 2 looks that are very difficult.
Owen looks like she missed to the left, and she did miss the mandatory. Did she miss? She missed yesterday too?
I don't remember.
Ooh. It's possible she did.
Yeah. It is also possible that she made it.
Yeah. Let's focus on the now, people. That's in the past. Eveliina kind of taken some off and lands before the bamboo. I think she'll have a hyzer putt from there. She might be fairly blocked.
Yeah, I like that play of keeping it nice and low. Kristin working a flex forehand. This is cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
a little too much flex.
We've seen Kristin make this from the hyzer side on the left in the past, I think 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. We did it back to back.
I know. I was going to say it if you didn't say it.
I was going to flex. I have to flex once.
I think you made it. You make it first, and then she made it.
I showed her the line.
Yeah, but you could say that.
Rebecca catching the bamboo, kicking left. She's going to have a tough route to get through this triple mando.
Realistically, the best shot there is a forehand roller, which doesn't happen that often in a wide open field.
No, watch Kona Panis execute it beautifully today on this hole.
Yeah, that was awesome. Kristin just laying up. Oh, here we go.
Yes, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Inside the circle.
Love seeing that. That's not a lot of FPO pull that shot out unless they're named Madison Walker or maybe Jessica Weiss you see as well.
Uh-huh. This is a pretty typical hole 7. You see a lot of just shorter putts for par. Rebecca recovering well from her slightly errant drive.
It's kind of been Rebecca's game so far. Just recovering really well, a little off, but staying in the mix.
There were 5 birdies today on hole 7, with 10 people getting to circle 1 in regulation. That's awesome. 10 people making the triple mando.
Yeah, just so far away. It's really hard to hit. Same.
Classic risk reward hole.
Same
here.
tee pad too, and basket as the MPO.
Mm-hmm.
Eveliina still with a 4-stroke lead. Hole 8, a par 5, 697 feet. Seems easy, right? You can go hyzer line, which is the route the drone is flying. You can do more of a flex line inside. There's OB right and left. This left side right here comes into play mostly on your second shot. We've seen all our lead card ladies kind of blast past that and kind of bounce into the fence on the left, opening up your final approach shot. Ideally, you get on the green and get your birdie, but you can see it's very well protected by that super large stump. There's one bush and a few other little features that can just break your heart on the green.
I think this is one of the coolest holes on the property. It's
I love
really,
it.
Really nice disc golf hole.
This is in danger. Oh, that tree helped her.
Sure did. They have pinched in the OB line on the right side. It's actually a hazard line, but it's pinched in where you're a little scared on the hyzer. You just want to make sure it has that correct angle. Also, that tree that Eveliina hit is, everyone's thinking about it.
Yeah.
We're like, please just miss short of that.
Rebecca with a solid drive. Yeah, if you put any turn on this drive at all, you are in trouble. Oh, attempting the inside route. Oh, I thought she was going to hit that tree.
She's going to be having to scramble.
Birdie's still in play, I think, though. With like a really amazing second shot.
She's not taking any credit.
Kristin going hyzer. Beautiful.
Yeah. Really great distance. I swear, Kristin, we've said it in the past couple of weeks. She's throwing farther than she ever has.
Yeah.
She's ripping a disc.
Cool to watch. Own working on that amazing shot we were talking about. I mean,
Oh, got the little roll.
Yeah.
I think she got the roll back.
really solid effort. Whoa, okay. Actually,
Oh, way back.
it's good though. Now it's open. From up on the hill, it's a tricky skip shot.
Rebecca opting for a very technical backhand here. That's got to get down. Ooh. It does.
Yeah, I think that's becoming more and more of a common play. Like, let's just smash into this fence.
Yeah.
You used to see a lot more forehands. Eveliina, speaking of, throwing the forehand. It's a little bit sawed off.
On the tight side. She doesn't get a roll out. There maybe is a gap over there. It's just going to be very technical. It could be tough to get up to the putting surface.
Oh, Kristin.
Is that a little slip?
Yeah, it was a little slip, but she did this yesterday too, where it's a little slip, but it's still nearly a perfect shot.
Yeah, with a nice roll at the end too. We love to see it. Opening up her third shot. I slipped right here earlier too. It's just a really dewy little patch of grass. Oh, and very pinched off, almost a U-shaped shot. But
Needs
she-
the skip.
Yeah, if anyone can do it, it's
Oh,
Own,
yeah.
and she just rolls right up the hill.
Eveliina, not a lot to work with. She is going
Ooh.
forehand cut roller.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, my
hello.
gosh. Hello. Wow, that tree.
What an exciting time. Rebecca's third from the fence. She's going forehand. And that
one bush.
It gets you, man.
It sure does.
Let's see if Kristin can get past these final few obstacles. That looks great.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, this played as the third easiest hole. What?
I don't know.
know it's a softer par
That makes
5, but
sense
dang.
to me. Eveliina not connecting on that longer birdie bid. Ugh. Hasn't everyone been here?
I've never been there.
You were there today, dog.
I know the exact same spot, too.
It's the same exact
I
putt.
know. I had the same result, too. Oh, get this. There was an eagle today.
Oh.
Nice birdie from Owen.
Tell me.
Yeah, Holland Hanley got it.
Nice.
I wish I knew where she putted from, but sick birdie.
I'm going to imagine she went hyzer, massive forehand.
Yeah, bomb forehand with a
and
good
then
ground play.
I'm going to just guess based off nothing that it was a 35-foot putt.
I love a circle 2 putt
Yeah.
here in this
Yeah.
imaginary scenario.
Thank you.
16 birdies, 30% of the field. Heck yeah.
Nice birdies from Own and Kristin. We don't really see eagles there very often.
No, we
That's
sure
sweet.
don't.
Oh, and look at her go. 5 down through 10. Miss Holland.
Figuring it out in the calm condition. Here's our final hole of the front 9, 362. You can go this way that the drone is flying, and we will see some people try to attack here, but it's not the most rewarding of shots, and it's a very risky shot. Not much room behind this elevated pin. It's OB right on that shrubbery line. What's that, 15 feet behind it?
Yeah, something like maybe
So
20.
You can't come in too hot, but you're trying to do that with 360 feet uphill. This is a more common play in FPO, throwing something out to the right, chipping across, and hopefully tapping in your birdie.
I hate coming in too hot on the shrubbery line.
Don't we all?
Can't stand it.
Can't stand it.
A nice shot from Own.
Honestly, worst case scenario.
Honestly.
There was some wind today. I don't remember what it was. Headwind?
Yeah,
Right
there
to
was
left?
wind.
Right
There
to
was
left?
wind.
Yeah, I think it was right to left. It wasn't too much that you were worried about it, and not too much for Eveliina to not go for it.
Eveliina attempted this yesterday. Looked like a great shot. Got the straight skip OB. That's why we hate that shrubbery line. It's so hard to land it.
Here
safe.
she goes again.
Like, that's a great shot. Just stay in.
Yay!
Yeah. Fantastic.
So cool.
Eveliina going Halo Star Destroyer there.
Yeah, I was kind of feeling myself and thinking, I'm going to try to go for it this year. But they changed the Christmas trees. I don't know if we talked about it yet, but they changed the Christmas trees. The two that are right by the tee pad are obviously wide. The two in the front are so narrow that it's impossible really to throw a distance type shot.
Yeah,
you have to throw more of a golf line. So it's a bummer of a change because not as many people can go for it.
And most of us, need to kind of flex something to use the room. Rebecca with a really nice approach there.
Yeah, they said, no, we don't want to see any distance shots here.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't particularly like the change.
Own coming in
Uh-oh.
with a little too much spice.
Ooh. Own. In by an inch.
There she goes again. Kristin, from about 200 feet, maybe a little less.
Perfect shot. Yeah, I don't really care that they added these little trees to kind of block the approach, but it just feels silly off the tee to look at these little fake trees that they put.
Yeah.
I guess they're real trees. Sorry, trees.
And bummer, Eveliina has to just lay it up. Those branches are right in her way.
Yeah.
No real way to run at that putt.
But a cool shot.
And a very
Cool
easy
try.
birdie, like
Yeah.
the easiest birdie.
Easiest. Rebecca for a much harder birdie. Just a touch low.
There. Wow, what the heck? There were 6 eagles today.
Cool.
What?
Shout them out.
This played as the easiest hole, half the field birdieing, and then 12% eagling. Let's shout them all out. Henna Bloomroos, parked. Maria Oliva, parked.
Wow.
Kat Murch, Ella Hansen, Holland Hanley, Amanda Lennartson, all from Circle 1.
Very nice. Kristin and Own with the birdies.
That's the real deal.
Yeah, it really is. Oh, and Eveliina, obviously.
26 birdies, and I'm going to list them. No, I'm just kidding.
Everyone settle in. Chase card check in one more time before we wrap up the front 9. Chantel Budinsky in second place right now, having a really great round. I love how wide right she put this. No
Oh!
way!
Oh my gosh, that almost went
Does
in.
she throw that far?
Yeah.
That's a huge
Oh, no.
shot.
Oh, she crushes, yeah.
Wow. Do it better, Val.
And this is
Fantastic.
only 330, and I'm saying that with like air quotes. It's only 330.
If you throw 330, you're out of bounds short.
Yeah.
Like, you need to throw 360 power.
It's a little uphill for sure. Today we also had some headwind.
Looks down right now.
2 birdies. Again, Valerie Mandahano and Chantel Budinsky keeping up the pace from the chase card.
Yeah, Chantel 4 down. And in a tie for second with Own, who just got that birdie. So impressive.
Eveliina still 3 strokes, leading the way right now over Chantel and Own.
Yeah, Kristin hanging in there. Holland Hanley moving up 5 spots. She's
Hello.
5 down through 11. Killing it. And our defending champ from last year. You know she's hungry to defend it.
Missy Gannon, also a previous champion here in a tie for 5th place with Rebecca Cox. Look at Eliezra Midling moving her way into the top 10 as well, really flexing her accuracy in distance. Looks like to be in the top 10, you got to be under par overall.
And let's pay attention to the cut line, which is 21
Very exciting.
places. So
look how tight it is.
it's tight.
So many people hanging out right at the cut line.
It's stressful.
It sure is. We've got 9 more holes here on cut day, on moving day.
Yeah, cut day,
all the stuff happening.
Saturday.
Yeah, it's sunny. Okay, bye.
Pleasant
I'm
day.
Madison.
I'm Erika. We're the 2 hot geese.